Patel here with me this morning because we are talking about school lunches. School starting today for thousands of kids in San Diego County. My kids go back on Wednesday. They're so excited. But here's the discussion you need to have. What to pack the kids for lunch to get them going, to keep them focused, to fill up their bellies, but do it in a smart way.
Yes, oh my gosh. I know the biggest thing I have anxiety about every night is what I'm going to pack them for school the next morning.
It can take a while if you don't have a plan.
100%.
Yeah.
Every mom and even dads who pack the lunches for the kids are like, let me just pick the fastest thing that I can find.
Yeah.
And so I've figured out a few things that I've hacked, okay? They're easy, affordable, and good for your gut.
Good.
Can't be a gastroenterologist otherwise, right?
I was just going to say, yeah, you know what you're talking about when it comes to the gut.
So here we go. So raisins, these are quick and easy. They're really tasty, but you know what? In a quarter of a cup. This is a quarter of a cup, okay?
Yeah, you don't want to bring in a whole box.
Exactly. So let's say you put a quarter of a cup in here. That in itself is 120 calories.
Okay.
That's not going to fill up their little bellies.
No.
What you want to do instead is to swap out the raisins for these grapes.
Oh, okay.
And this is 16 calories for a quarter of a cup. So you can put it up to a whole cup and just have about 45 to 50 calories in there.
Plus,
quick and easy.
So delicious.
Exactly.
Whichever color you want. They're
Water
good this time of year.
content, that's what's going to fill up their bellies.
Perfect.
Okay, next one. You think about easy, ready to go, applesauce, okay? And just as a quick thing, I'm not endorsing any of these brands.
Sure.
These are just the ones I happen to have picked up.
Gotcha.
You can get these at Kroger, Ralph's, anywhere, okay? $1.99 to $3.99 a pop. These are quick and easy, okay? The problem with getting these applesauce is that when they cook them to make it, it loses a lot of vitamin C.
Oh,
okay,
sure.
So a lot of them have added vitamin C onto there, and so you lose that. So why not? Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Right.
That's what they
as
say.
Much as we like to see you, we don't want to see you for the wrong reasons.
Apple, exactly.
Yeah.
3 grams of fiber a pop for a medium apple. Cut it in half, stuff it in here, you're good to go.
Gotcha.
Next thing, you want that crunch, okay? Ruffles, chips, all these things are super yummy. I love them, but you got to cut out that sodium content, okay? That's what's really important, the sodium, okay?
You look on the back and you see what's the problem here, right?
The sodium, yeah. It's delicious. It sounds super good to go with your sandwich, your wrap, but you want to swap it out for something healthier. Go with the crunch. Stick with the crunch and let's do some veggies, okay?
Yeah.
And remember on the veggies to keep the backs of the rinds on them. Why? Because that's what's got pectin. Pectin is your soluble fiber, okay? If you hear me say it, fiber, 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 okay? Fiber is what keeps your gut healthy. It's what keeps you full. And studies have actually shown that you can lower your cholesterol by eating things that have soluble fiber. So here it is. So you can dump a few of these in here, put some peppers.
These little cucumbers?
Yeah.
You just throw those in
Why don't we have you start packing them, because I know you're gonna be doing this, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna. So this is the little lunch box that I'm gonna make.
And
then so you can grab like a different mixture of different things, right? So a few peppers, throw a few of these in there. Okay, so we're gonna make a nice, healthy little lunch box.
And of course, you can't have the crunch without the dip, right?
Absolutely.
And of course, a fan favorite is ranch. It's delicious, but you gotta watch the calories. 2 tablespoons of ranch has got 150 calories in there. Consider swapping this out for hummus. About 2 tablespoons. It's got 50 calories in it.
My kids love hummus, and they've gotten all the different flavors now.
That's the best. You got garlic, you got roasted red pepper.
Yeah, and then you got to still a little Tupperware, and remind the kids to bring the Tupperware home.
Yes.
Do not leave that at school, kiddos.
Label it.
Put your name on it.
Yes, label it and put a date on it. I know my kids' school really requires that for some reason.
Okay, we got our dip.
Perfect.
We've got our veggies.
Now, I know sometimes parents, and I've been guilty of this, is wanting to get the one-step shop and get something ready to go.
Oh, the Lunchables, they're so convenient though, Doctor.
They're so convenient, they're amazing, they're a one-stop shop. You've got your meat, you've got your cheese, you've got your treat, it's all in there, but you know what it's missing in there? The fiber. Of course, you were gonna have me say that.
I knew.
Fiber.
You're gonna come back to the gut once again. Yeah, there you go.
So it's got 1 gram of fiber in one of these boxes, and you know what? While it's super fun and easy, one thing we can swap out that's just as delicious is a tortilla wrap with the meat and the cheese. Okay, so I'm going to actually have you make it to show all the parents out there how exactly easy this is.
Okay, so what do you do? I start with the cheese first here?
Yeah, so we're going to take a little slice of cheese, and then we've got a couple of some different deli meats. Again, not sponsored. These are just the ones I happen to have picked up.
Throw this in the middle and put a little meat on there.
That's right.
Okay, what about like the mustards and the like mayonnaise?
Other condiments?
I mean, some of those things can get pretty caloric too,
exactly.
right?
So mayonnaise, you want to try to skip, but here, now there's a lot of different kinds of mustards out there as well. Okay, this is very low calorie, about 5 calories in 1 little tablespoon,
nice.
okay? This is great. You can throw in a little bit of mustard instead of mayonnaise, and you've got a healthier version of all of it.
Plus, mustard has a little bit more extra taste too.
Oh,
right?
exactly.
It's got good stuff in here.
That might, might not be open, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
So wrap this thing up here like this.
Look at your wrapping skills.
Hey, I'm telling you, Dad's a busy guy, but I have time to make sure I get the lunches all figured out.
Boom! Check it out.
Boom! Look at that. How we looking there?
That is one solid meal. I think that took us less than 4 minutes.
And you know what? No kid's going to be hungry after this.
Correct.
And the whole point of going to school, right, is not just to get them out of the house. They got to focus and they got to learn, and you can't do that, let's say, when you got something like this.
Exactly.
Right?
You'll get the sugar high, and then you'll get the crash, and then your belly is going to be empty. So you're going to want to reach for something else again. This is going to help keep your belly full, and you've got that fiber. That's really good for your gut. Let's do it. Moms and dads, remember, it doesn't have to be expensive. It can be fast, easy, affordable, and good for the gut, and it's got to be tasty.
And you know what? You're right. The cost of some of this, by the time you pick these up, because these have gotten a lot more expensive. These I know. There used to be like 99 cents back in the day. Now they're like $2.50.
$2.
Yeah, exactly. So those prices add up. Hey, look, I also wanted to talk about stress level with parents and kids and everyone going back a little bit right now. This can be a stressful time for a lot of folks out there. So let's just do a mental health check real quick. Everyone take a deep breath. Yes, I know school's going to be back in session here. But what other tips do you have during this time for parents and kiddos going back?
One thing you got to do is remember that it's not a race. We are not doing a sprint. This is a long-term marathon. Your kids are going to be in school for 18 years. So take a deep breath. Enjoy the moment. Remember that, you know what, you're doing the best you can for your kids. Okay, and that's the first thing you have to do. And when you're feeling really stressed out, like making these lunches, or you forgot the Crayola crayons that were the wrong ones.
A lot of scheduling things going on. Meetings and, meeting teachers and like pictures and what to wear. I mean, there's a lot that happens at the beginning of the school year.
Take yourself a good 10 seconds. Take those deep breaths. Slowly in and out.
And enjoy the time too, right? I mean, I know that this can be a little chaotic and stressful, but you want your kids to know that you're in control to send them out the door.
Exactly. And it's not quantity, it's quality time that's important, right? And I know for us busy parents, we say, oh, you know what, they only got an hour of me this whole day. Make that hour count. They'll remember that than the 17 hours of time that you may have spent without actually paying attention to them.
For sure. All right, Dr. Patel, where can we get the latest and greatest information that you always provide?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at dr.gutmotility, or you can also go to my website, drkumkumpatelmd.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Patel. I got a nice little lunch here.
I know. It's such a cute little bento box.
Beats my granola bar that I was going to have. So thank you for keeping me healthy, too,
you're
Dr.
welcome.
Patel. All right. Stay with us, everyone.